What if I told you that there's a woman out there whose profession is simply draping garments like saris and dupattas and such? Doesn't sound very impressive, does it? Now, what if I told you that this woman actually knows how to drape a sari in 325 variations and also is recognized as worldwide as the fastest sari draper? And also, if I told you that her clientels actually include some of the most popular film stars, industrialists, and even politicians. Quite a plot twist. Hello everyone, I am Dolly Jain, a drape artist, and I am going to share my story of the girl next door to a sari stylist, or say a drapepreneur. Many of you have seen the glamorous side of Dolly on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. But today you will know what went into the person that is standing in front of you. So here my story begins. My story began roughly 25 years ago. I got married into a fairly orthodox family. I was only allowed to wear saris, and trust me, trust me guys, I hated them. They were so cumbersome and the process just felt too elaborate. Over a period of time, my family eventually became less stringent about their only sari rule, and I was allowed to wear other forms of clothes. Suddenly, I realized, suddenly when I had a choice, I realized I missed the grace and beauty of a sari. Can you believe this? And now I'll tell you what happened. I still remember that evening when I wore a sari to an event. I am from a family with limited resources and hence had to repeat the saris at functions. I wore the same sari for the evening which I had worn a week back. What I just did was I just changed the drape of the sari and I wore it in a different way. Guess what happened? By the time I left the function, my bag was full of compliments. Suddenly I asked myself, Dolly, do you realize what just happened? It made me realize I could make an old sari look like a new one just by changing the drape, and this was a wow moment for me. I replayed the entire evening for a couple of days and I started to ask myself, is there an opportunity that I can make a difference, to the same sari by draping it differently? I was like, Dolly, don't get carried away with just one evening. Sari draping as a profession? No way. Cut to today when I have more awards than I ever imagined in my wildest dreams. Was it easy? Not at all, friends. It wasn't easy at all. It took me so much persistence that only some who are really slaves of their passion can garner. Today, I can proudly display my awards and talk about my success. But friends, this wasn't easy at all. Just imagine you going and telling your family that you want to become a drape artist. Imagine what people around will comment. How much free advice you will get to derail you from your dream. I realized I need to work very hard. And I was, as I was stepping into a completely new territory, I started to practice every day for hours. And this one habit has not changed till date. Even today, I practice every single day. The practice made me first get into, the basic of sari draping, right? Once the basics were in place, I could play around. More I played around, the more fun it became to me. I kept asking myself questions like, what if I take the palla like this? What if I paired it with this? Actually, it took me a while before my vision of style got converted into reality. Besides practicing daily, I started to read more books. I met locals, started noticing and learning various styles of sari draping from all over the country. Whenever I felt I have gathered enough, I would let my creative urges do their thing. Over time, I came up with many drapes. And not just that, I had begun to understand which style complements which type of fabric and the design, and also or body type of the person that would be wearing it. I had also by then become very confident about my speed, and I had contacted a lot of publishers, to write about me and my story. You see, I wanted to prove to the world, and not only the world, I think I wanted to prove to myself that yes, I'm the best and I'm the fastest. I set a record at 18 and a half seconds with the unique world record. The same person who used to take 45 torturous minutes every morning. Miracle never cease. Oh, the thrill of being the best in the world is something. Today, I have positioned myself in a way where I can use my talent to travel all over the world, supporting a purpose that I truly believe in, the 6-yard magic. So believe that it is possible. You can truly be the best version, the best version of yourself that you wish to be. There will be obstacles, but you have more power than you know. I am where I am today because of a lot of reasons. But I'm also here despite of a lot of reasons. I have really never let anything deter me from my path. I have worked very hard and I have had to teach myself a lot of things. So once I mastered the art of draping, my next obstacle was my lack of a proper high school education. I have had only formal education till 7th grade. Some of you might be thinking that she's joking. Not at all, my dear friends. I was never fluent in English and I had no idea about computers. Both actually posed a big challenge because I had to pitch through emails to the wedding planners and designers when I didn't even know what backspace was. You see, I cannot even believe that I am confident enough to admit this today because it's something that I've always been very embarrassed of. But I'm sharing that with you today so you know no matter what your starting point is, where you can reach has no limits. So I'll tell you what, my career started with very small jobs where I would teach small groups of say 2-3 girls and a few basic styles. I will never forget, I was invited to teach a rather larger gathering in Raipur. I still remember how nervous I was, and I had no experience of talking in front of so many people. I didn't know what to wear, how to talk, or how to address etc. I knew that the way I conducted myself had to be improved a bit, but there was no time, and I could not let an opportunity like this pass me by. So I did this event. It was a huge success as they told me to stay back for another day for another session. I mean, what better could it be as like just a startup? Isn't it amazing that the nervous lady today actually employs and trains other women under her? So through the word of mouth, I was invited by big business houses for draping saris for brides and other family members. And since then, I've never looked back. I sometimes sit and wonder what would have been if I had not persisted, if I had given it to those who actually called me mad, mad for pursuing such a career. Some said that they had never heard such a thing, and some said that it was too beneath me. They were so sure that I would fail, that I would fail in my career, that I would fail as a mother due to being so overly occupied with my job. Why our society looks down upon working women, I will never be able to understand. But I proved them all wrong. My wonderful husband and I have raised two kind and intelligent daughters with whom I spend ample amount of time, and they are very proud of the woman I am. So yes, I have a long way. I have come a long way, and I have a long way to go and many more hurdles to cross. I hope that when they come, I will cross them gracefully and fearlessly. So to me, being fearless is all about freedom. Freedom to choose what I want to do. Freedom to express yourself. And maybe freedom to fail. If I can make a life, guys, if I can make a life out of 6 yards, imagine with all the resources and opportunities that you all have, what you all can do. So thank you so much. Jai Hind.